Hello, humans. Master Dinner Flex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve. And once again, I have built a meme deck in the purpose of just goofing around. But what has happened instead is that I've made a deck that refuses to lose games in playtesting. I don't understand. This isn't the first time this has happened. If you're newer to my channel, I'm going to leave a link in the description to like an old Burning Abyss deck profile I did earlier, like 2 or 3 months ago. And it was this same design philosophy of just complete nonsense cards, just full of nonsense, but none of it are incorrect choices. It's just filled to the bone with nonsense. And then it, like, that Burning Abyss deck profile has an undefeated win rate against Sword Soul, and it was like 20-something matches. Like, it's absolutely insane. I don't understand. This is legitimate evidence that correct deck building theory never goes unpunished. Bad decks always get rewarded. I'm not going to go too deep into this deck profile because I want to show off replays, which is something I wish I did with that Burning Abyss deck, is I want to show off replays. So I'm not going to explain much of anything. I'm just going to go over all the cards. It's just like a standard Lair lineup at max numbers, and then 2 Ash for Sangan searches and Fusion Destiny package, Prosperity Ties, all the nonsense, and then a bunch of traps. This always feels nice. It's always nice to also put Reckless Greed in here, because it is just so powerful in this deck. Now that, like, not only can you use this, like, 7 or 8 times in a duel if you really want to, but it's also just fantastic to banish with Alice. And if you hard draw into a Sky Prison, it can, like, block an attack, which is really funny. And then the extra side deck is cards. The extra deck, I think I will explain a little. Just one punishment target, because I only want to really activate it once. I don't ever want to use it more than once a duel, because it is definitely a card you don't want the lock to stay on you too long, because this extra deck is actually tight. There's literally one flex spot in here, and everything else I feel like is absolutely necessary. So the Shadalls are for my side deck. Now, if you don't play that Shadal package in your side deck, you have 2 more free spaces. And then Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Absolutely insane. Now, this package for Zeus. Now, why is it this package over others? And that is because with the introduction of Phoenix Destroyer, Dragoon was awful at preventing Zeus from happening, but Phoenix Destroyer is insane at preventing a Zeus from happening. Like, Zeus is going to struggle against Phoenix. But what happens here is that Fortune Tune, anytime it would be destroyed, it just detaches a material. That includes by battle, that includes by card effects. And your opponent neither player can target it with card effects. So it will live through so much to put a teeny weeny attack in. And then you go down or Zeus, and then you have a Zeus. Now, you might be thinking, well, you don't get 2 use. No, that's not what matters. Because if they don't destroy this with Phoenix, it has to detach 1 because of the battle phase. Alright, at the end of the battle phase, it has 1 material. Just overlay Zeus immediately and activate. And the Phoenix will have to trigger there or something. It's a way to bait out Phoenix Destroyer in that way. But also, if they do decide to use Phoenix on this, it detaches 2 materials where you then put on Downer, then Zeus, so Zeus can still be used. It's like, this is like one of the only Zeus packages that can live through a Phoenix Destroyer. So that's what's important about this package. And then Break Sword, I've already explained. Break Sword with Sky Prison is absolutely nuts. And then Levier the Sea Dragon, I'm playing DDG. And then Beat Cop Borg Blocker, very important extra deck cards for specifically Lair of Darkness. And then Dark the Dark Charmer, the best Dark Link monster ever made, and it's not even close. This card is insane, and in the replays you will see why. And then IP, this is the flex spot. I think in the deck I was playing, this was Celine. But, like, the only time it ever made any sense was when I had Apocalypse in circulation. So that was just terrible. So I just replaced it with IP. And I didn't do Verte because in order to do Verte, I would need Link Spiders. And like I said, this extract literally is 14 necessities. Then Unicorn, then Access Code. But now that we've got the deck out of the way, let's go off and see some replays with this deck. So I noticed I didn't do an outro for this, but that's actually a good time for me to come up with a name for this deck. Because that Burning Abyss deck I call the Divine Comedy, because if I'm going to make a main deck, it's going to have its own unique name. But I couldn't decide on which nickname to use. So I was inspired by the notorious Atrioch, a pretty popular Twitch streamer among children. And what's really interesting about this streamer is they have a lot of nicknames. The nicknames this person has are actually so long that it's very similar to the human body, that if you were to stretch all of the cells in your body around, you could wrap around the earth multiple times. It's the same with Atrioch's nickname. So I decided the best thing to call this deck is Lair of Soul Stealing, Lilith Best Girl, Lady of Lament, Shoulder Spikes, Crush Cards first deck. This deck beat 2008 Shonen Jump champion Jonathan Moore. Malice was a secret rare. All Ladies of Lament would look good in secret. MDF's go-to burner deck. This deck is good. Copium. Flop.